So, hello everyone, welcome to Exampur. I hope you're doing well. So, in the today's session, we are going to deal with a very important topic which is basically in the current issues. And first of all, before starting the session, I just want to say something. Please do hurry up, join the session, and do share the session as well as possible. Okay. So, Pankaj Kumar, very good afternoon. And Divya Mishra, very good afternoon. So first of all, do let me clear. Am I audible and visible? Am I audible and visible? First of all, do let me know. Am I audible and visible? I think I'm audible as well as visible. So yes, it's clear. Pankaj, Pratiksha, very good afternoon. Okay. So without any further delay, let's get started. So first of all, today's sessions we are going to deal with two topics. First, which is basically from the ethics, means something we can say the topic which is on the current issues, like about the Lal Bahadur Shastris. What about the ethical issues or ethical dilemmas or ethical conditions regarding with regards to the Lal Bahadur Shastri? And next, we have to deal with the another topic that is from the geography part, and with the topic is about the Sundarban. So about the Sundarban, okay. So let's get started with the first topic. So the topic is about the ethical values of the Lal Bahadur Shastri. What are the ethical values of the Lal Bahadur Shastri? So first thing you need to know about that, yes, recently we have been celebrated the 2nd October, that is the day of the Gandhi Jayanti, as well as the Lal Bahadur Shastri birth anniversary. Okay. So basically you already aware about this date of the 2nd October. But the 2nd October is very important with respect to the Lal Bahadur Shastri's personality. Okay. So what are the ethical values which is associated with the Lal Bahadur Shastri? Okay. And everything we are going to discuss in this particular session. So let's get started without any further delay. So in the editorial analysis, we have two topics in today's session. So yes. So first of all, the topic is about the Lal Bahadur Shastri. So means ethical values. Okay. So the ethical values with respect to the Lal Bahadur Shastri. Okay. Shastri. So what are the ethical values? Okay. So very good afternoon, Simran Dhappa. Okay. So next, basically this topic is related to the your GS paper 4, that means ethics, integrity and aptitude. And in this particular session we are going to deal with the what are the ethical values which is associated with the Lal Bahadur Shastri. Okay, so there are multiple ethical values which is basically associated with the Lal Bahadur Shastri. So what are the ethical values we are going to deal with this particular session? Yes, this is very new to all, because in the editorial analysis session, basically we discuss the current issues with respect to the what are the concerns, what are the recently what is happening around your surrounding your we can say the topics. So, but in this session, in this topic, we have to discuss the what are the ethical values, what are the ethical dilemmas, which is basically from the this topic. So, let's first we have to deal with the about some basic portions, some basic part with respect to this very great personality. So, the basic part we have to deal with the suppose. First of all, I just want to make clear, I'm not going to the history portions with respect to the this personality. I just want to discuss the ethical values. Okay, so in the basic part, we just try to express one thing, that is why this personality is in the current. So because why basically we can say what are the context. Okay, what are the context? So the context is basically recently we have celebrated the birth anniversary of Lal Bahadur Shastri's of 118th birth anniversary. That is a very important point. And next is, that is very again important. He was the second Prime Minister of India after the Jawaharlal Nehru death. So the time is 1964 when he became the second Prime Minister of our country. So this two things which is very, I think which is very important for this personality. Okay, so next thing, what are the ethical values, okay, what are the ethical values of the Lal Bahadur Shastri? You have already aware about that. Yes, in your paper 4, if you just want to make some examples in your paper 4, then I think you usually refer the ethical example of the Lal Bahadur Shastri with respect to the morality, with respect to the other dimensions as well. So one by one, I will be discussing the what are the ethical dilemmas or ethical values of this great personality. Okay. So first, that there is a caste system. Basically, Lal Bahadur Shastri, who was always against the caste system, and what are the examples? What are the examples of personal examples as well as the other examples which is associated with the this great personality? So first thing is that is a caste system. Caste system. I just want to make some examples from this point. So first thing, that is you have already know about, that is the Lal Bahadur Shastri. That is Shastri. That is a terms which is basically mentioned in the holy scriptures. Okay, so Lal Bahadur Shastri, who renamed or who changed their title from the Srivastav to Shastri, and in the time is the 1925 when he graduated from the Vidyapith Banaras. So after that he changed their title, and the title initial the title was the Srivastav to Shastri. Okay, so that is the this basically reflected a very good thing, that is from the caste system. So yes, Lal Bahadur Shastri was always against the caste system. So this is the very good example that he just implemented or just experimented with himself. Yes, the title was can change, and this is basically reflect the against the caste system. Okay, so this is the all about the caste system. Okay, next is the taking adverse, taking or we can say taking responsibility during adverse system or during adverse situations. So yes, this is the other ethical values of the from we can say the ethical dilemma of the ethical value of the Lal Bahadur Shastri. The second is the uh, we can say the taking responsibility, taking responsibility, responsibility during adverse adverse situation, adverse situation. So one is very great examples from this side. Yes, we have. I know that when the time is when the Lal Bahadur Shastri was a railway minister. In that time, one district of the Tamil Nadu, that is the name of the Ariyalur. Okay, the name is Ariyalur. Ariyalur. Okay, that is the district of Tamil Nadu. That is district of Tamil Nadu. When there was some train accident, then that time the whole responsibility of this incident was taken to himself by the Lal Bahadur Shastri. That is a very great example of yes, that is a responsibility which just the government or the system who had given to the Lal Bahadur Shastri, and the Lal Bahadur Shastri yes, definitely played a very big role with respect to this great example. So the Ariyalur, that is a very good example with respect to him. And yes, the this is basically linked to the train accident. Okay, train accident. And after the train accident, he was resigned from this from the post of the railway minister. That is a very big ethical values. Okay, resigned after the this train accident. So I think when you write the main answer writing from your GS paper 2, definitely you use this example in your mains examination. This is basically example of integrity. This is basically example of responsibility. Okay, so yes, in this session or in this particular topic, you will get a very good example or good ethical values or example of ethical values from the great personality of Lal Bahadur Shastri. Yes, and this data, this example, these points you can use in your mains exam or in the paper 4, that is a ethics, integrity and aptitude. Okay, so I think this is the second point. Okay, next thing, the integrity, the responsibility towards the public life. This basically shows the responsibility towards the public life. Okay, so I just public life means the dedication, what the dedications or what the responsibilities of towards the public life, that basically showed from this example, such kind of examples. So the public life. Next thing is this example basically shows the very great giant, or we can say the heroic nature. Yes, Lal Bahadur Shastri looks like a very not very strength, but yes, the moral values, what are the principles, what are the integrities, that is basically shows the very heroic person or heroic in nature. Okay, so the public life, giant person, heroic nature, that is a very that is characteristics of that of a very great personality. So this is the all about the taking responsibility during adverse times or adverse situations. Now next point, that is third point. Yes, third point. So the third point, that is inseparable public and private life. What does it means, inseparable public and private lives? So inseparable, inseparable public and private life. Inseparable public and private life. That is the next point. And the very great examples, when the time is 1964, okay, 1964, 65, okay, 65, when India-Pakistan war took place. After the war, the country was suffering from a very great food insecurity. In that time, America or USA, we can say, put it some extra pressure for with respect to the sanction, okay, or with respect to, because in that time America was very good friend of Pakistan. So yes, we in that time we could not very good, we can say, the friendship with the USA. But yes, definitely there are some adverse situations, or there are some very we can say the very harsh moment from India side. So in that time, uh, Lal Bahadur Shastri just did some experiment from this public and private life. How you can just relate? Yes, in that time, nation was suffering from the food insecurity, and the Lal Bahadur Shastri just in that one at the time of in that situations, Lal Bahadur Shastri decided that yes, this is the time when in our family, just give up the dinner portions or dinner meal, and definitely this will uh, lead to a very great result in terms of in food security. Because if every household give up their dinner portion, dinner meal, definitely yes, the food insecurity that is which is basically in that time India was facing. In that time, yes, India just cope up with this some situations, some very hard situations. So in this example, in this point, sorry. So in that time, Lal Bahadur Shastri give up give up the dinner meal, and just expressed one thing. Yes, the very adverse situations, where the very adverse situations we can survive because of the willpower, because of the we cannot separate the public life and the private life. Because if you give up the dinner portion, dinner meal, definitely yes, this is your private we can say life. But what about the public life? If you just do one step towards the right direction, yes, definitely, if you lead the country, in that time whole nations come with you. That means in that time, if you follow something, or if you step a great if you do a very great step in that time, uh, the whole nations can uh, follow to you. Because in that time, because this is the time in 1965, this is time when the war just we can say in 1965 and 1962, continuous war was just India faced. And after that, food insecurities was there. So this situation is very big from the leader, from the bigger leader side. And this problems which India cop up with this, the yes, we have to give up the dinner portion, dinner meal, and therefore we can move forward, and we can, because if there is a bad situation, suppose there is a bad situation, if you are facing some problems, or if you facing some good situations, okay, definitely you have a one time, that is you are facing a bad situation, but again after the bad situations, you have another time where you can face the good situations. Okay, so that is the main crux of this point. Okay, so evening, give up dinner, or we can say the evening meal. Evening meal. Okay, that is the very great example. So first, we have been discussed about the caste system, because Lal Bahadur Shastri was always against the caste system. Taking responsibility during the adverse situation, that is the second point, and we have already seen the example of the resignation from the Lal Bahadur Shastri when the train accident was happened in the Ariyalur, that is a one district of Tamil Nadu, and immediately he resigned from their post. Next, we have been discussed the inseparable public and private life. That is the next point. That is the third point. And yes, in this point, we have already discussed about the in the private life, you have to give up some important thing. That is the evening meal. That is a very important part of your daily life. So this basically shows, yes, the private and public life is not separate. This is inseparable, and Lal Bahadur Shastri definitely wanted to express one thing, that yes, public and private life, that is inseparable. Okay, so that is all about this thing. So this is the next point. The fourth point is the morality. The fourth point is the morality. The fourth point is the morality. So is there any great example? Yes, there is an example of morality. For example, once what happened? The Lal Bahadur's sons drive his Sagar Jai Hind. Once what happened? The Lal Bahadur Shastri's sons, okay, son drive his car, drive his the official car. Okay. After that, Lal Bahadur Shastri just asked to driver what the distance was traveled by his son. That is, and something 20 to 25 kilometer was there, and that amount was paid by the Lal Bahadur Shastri to the government officials or the government account. So yes, this is the very great example, or the we can say son drives his car and Lal Bahadur Shastri paid this amount. This amount means this amount of the petrol which is basically consumed during this traveling distance. So paid this amount to the government account. Okay. Account. This is the very great example of the morality. Okay. This is the very great example of the morality. So yes, I just want to briefly explain one thing. Yes, I have already discussed this thing. Resigned from railway minister during the investigation of railway mishap. Yes, this one. Basically the train accident was there in that time. The district of Tamil Nadu, that is the name of Ariyalur. Ariyalur was district of Tamil Nadu, and there was some train accident was happened. And in that time, after this train accident was happened, after that he just resigned from his post. That basically shows the responsibilities or integrity of that particular persons. That is the Lal Bahadur Shastri. So the taking responsibility during adverse situations, and this was the adverse situations for the Lal Bahadur Shastri. Yet, however, taking responsibility, yes, this is my responsibility. And for example, we can take the example of the Gandhiji as well, because Gandhiji, when the Chauri Chora incident was there, in that time, Gandhiji also give up the non-cooperation movement. So that is again a very good example. But in this session, we are discussing about the Lal Bahadur Shastri ethical values, because in the paper 4, you have to put the some great examples of the great personality. So that's why this example, this point is very very important for your mains perspective as per the GS paper 4 is concerned. Okay. So this is the one example, that is a caste system taking responsibility during adverse situation. That is second example. Next one is the inseparable public and private life. That is third point. And every point we just made some example from this personality. Morality, that is the yes, we can also have a look that yes, we have that in during the when his son drive his car, official car, and Lal Bahadur Shastri paid that amount to the government account. That is a very great example of morality. So these four example you can use in your mains examination, and definitely you can get a extra we can say attention from other copies. Okay, so that is the good portion things. Next, I will be discussing the what are the relevance of his ideas, his action, his principle, his moral values in this time or in today's era. Yes, definitely we have already witnessed such kind of questions in your mains examination. That is, what are the Gandhi's ideas relevant in today's era? So such like again UPSC can ask such kind of a question: what are the relevance of the Lal Bahadur Shastri ideas or the principles in today's era, or what are the B.R. Ambedkar relevant ideas relevant in today's era? Such kind of questions UPSC always ask in your paper 4 as well as in your main as well. I think of essay paper. I think maybe there are great possibilities. So next, what are the relevant or relevance today's era? Okay, today's era. So what are the relevancy or what are the relevance of this great personality? So first thing, you know that in this time, simplicity, austerity, I will explain this term, simplicity, humanity. This is the term which basically in this time we are using in your life, in our life. Okay, so humanities and austerities, and again we have a hard work, humanism, simplicity, dedication, nationalism. That is a term, that is a words which basically relevant in today's era, and these terms which is associated in with this particular person or with this a great person, that is Lal Bahadur Shastri. So yes, you can just write in keywords, in terms of keyword, that is a simplicity. Okay, simplicity. I think this word is not new for you. Okay, Shankar Chaudhary, good sir, good afternoon. Okay, I think you missed the afternoon word, I think so. So simplicity, that is the in today's time this word is still relevance, and this simplicity which is basically reflected with the great personality of Lal Bahadur Shastri. Yes, because risk taking capacity, Any other examples? Yes, you can write, but I think you can write, but in the after some good points when you put in the your mains anxiety, after that you can just write such kind of a point, risk taking capacity, because this keyword or this point is not a very great associated with this personality. So that's why I am basically hesitating to use your words. Okay, so simplicity, that is a very great example. And yes, Lal Bahadur Shastri looks like when he wear the dhoti and the kurta, some like it's basically shows the simplicity of that great personality. So simplicity, that is a very great example. Next is the humanity. Okay, humanity. Again, a very great example. Yes, in Hindi we can use the we can say insaniyat. Okay, we can call insaniyat. So yes, definitely every person have a humanity. Every person have a insaniyat. Okay, so humanity, hard work, hard work. This keyword, these keywords is still relevant, and these keywords are very greatly associated with the Lal Bahadur Shastri. So that's why I'm using this keyword. Okay, so there are very great examples. There are very great uh, values and principles are there. But what the keywords, what the words, which is particularly basically is associated with the great personality. That is a very good thing. Okay, so simplicity, humanity, hard work, and the dedication. Dedication. Suppose the question is asked from your this great personality, then that time you can use your use these keywords, man of integrity. Yes, integrity you can use. Yes, integrity you can use. Integrity, integrity. Okay, empathy, courageous. Yes, compassion. What is the very basic difference between empathy and compassion? Empathy, when you just feel that I just want to help some other person, some the disadvantaged person, that is a empathy. Okay, and when you, or simply we can say, when you just try to help the person which is very the disadvantaged position for temporary basis, that is empathy. And when you just want to help someone uh, with the intention of the to provide permanent help, that is a permanent help. And empathy is, which is basically you can express the temporary help. So when you just want to help someone for the permanent basis, for example, if you give some other persons or some uh, disadvantaged person for with respect to the jobs. Okay, when you provide some jobs to someone, that is you have a compassion with respect to some other person. That is a very basic difference. So dedication, integrity, courageous. Yes, and the austerity. What is the austerity? AUSTERITY. Austerity. Just a second. So what is the austerity? Austerity, visionary leader. Yes, visionary leader. So austerity, that means when you have a less desire, when you have a uh, less desire, or we can say uh, you don't put yourself in comfort zone, or you don't put yourself yes, this is the uh, let's take an example of in this time every person's just want to have a great mobile phones, laptops, and electronic gadgets. That means he have some desires with respect to some electronic items. But some persons are there where they have not any desire, they have not any the materials desire, we can say. Means they have a spiritual desire, they have a spiritual desire. Yes, that person which can use the austerity. Means those persons who do not uh, don't don't like the comfort zone, or the that is or we can say the that is the desireless life, we can say desireless life. Okay, so that is the example. Okay, so next we can use etc. If you express these keywords in one or two lines, that is more than sufficient. And if you have a great example of these keywords, yes, every word have a you can say the great importance, or every word have the possibility to ask in some some mains questions. But in the simplicity, humanity, hard works, dedication, integrity, austerities, courageous, visionary leader. Yes, these are the examples. These are the keywords, and these keywords you can make some questions and just think about this. Yes, these are the examples you can just make out. And example is very important. If you just put the real time real life example, or some example which is basically from the a very popular person, or some a very visionary leader, that is a very good things with your mains perspective. Okay, so that is a, and one thing, that is nationalism. Nationalism again. So nationalism is I just want to write here, nationalism. Nationalism, now, etc. So these are the keywords you can use in your mains examination. So I think in the two slide we have briefly described the what are the ethical values of the Lal Bahadur Shastri. Yes, we have not a very numbers of examples. Yes, definitely, but we have 4 points, and in the 4 points we have expressed some important examples, with some points. Okay, so that is very, very important. Next, we have dealt the relevance. What are the relevance of today's era? Definitely, we have made in keywords. That is the keywords. That is very, very important. So this is all about the Lal Bahadur Shastri. I think all the points, all the facts, all the figures, which is basically clear from your side. Okay. Now move on the next article, that is the from the Sundarban. Why Sundarban? Yes, definitely. Sundarban is in the news. First thing, why Sundarban is in the news? That is a context part, and basically context is the why is in the news. But apart from the context, you have to just analyze. You have to just research and development in that particular point, that and in that particular you can say the topic. So yes, definitely you have to write why Sundarbans presently are declining. There are some mangroves. Mangroves are also declining. There are some anthropological activities are there. Okay, why? So what are the concerns? What are the challenges with respect to the Sundarban or with respect to the mangroves forest? So this is the basic the portions which we have to deal after this session in this topic. Okay. So now move on the next, that is the about the Sundarban. Sundarban basically we can say which part of the part of the area we can say Sundarban. So I just want to make a rough graph or rough map. Suppose this is the India's and this is the roughly we can draw within 5 seconds, and you just don't try to make a perfect map, because perfection is not there in the UPSC. Any other thing may be there, but in the UPSC there is no perfection. There is no perfect of answer writing. There is no perfect of anything. Always there are some loopholes. Always there are some lacunas, and this thing you have to accept. So in the this map we have a I just want to show you where is Sundarban located. Sundarban basically located India as well as in the Bangladesh. So this is the portion of Bangladesh, okay, and this is the West Bengal part, and here I just want to show you this green portion, okay, this green portion, that is a Sundarban area, okay. This Sundarban area, what about the percentage, or what about in terms of percentage the Sundarban is shared with between these two nations? So if we're just talking about the ratio, India's side 40%, only 40%, yes, only 40% of Sundarban areas, and the Bangladesh side, that is a 60%. Sometime it may be 60 to 70%, sometime it may be for India 40 to 50%. No any issues. But in roughly you can use the 40 to 60%. India, that is the 40%, which is basically covered by the, yes, 40 to 60%. Yes, that is a, yes. Again, one thing is very very important. Sundarban, which is very which is popular. Why this is popular? Because there are mangrove forest. One thing, mangrove forest. I just tried here. Mangroves forest are there. First thing. Next thing, that is and ratio is 40. Again, yes, 40 ratio 60. That is second point. This point you can use in your mains examination. In your mains examination as well, if you just remember these types of facts and figures. All again, you definitely it's will be helpful for your prelims as well. Okay. So one thing, mangrove or Sundarban, which is again popular in terms of Royal Bengal tiger. Royal Bengal tiger. Okay, so this is a very we can say basic thing. Okay, basic thing about, or basic parts about the Sundarban. Yes, and one thing, if you just come across the is the Sundarban, which is basically located in the low lying island of Bay of Bengal. Yes, this is basically located in the low lying island of Bay of Bengal. That is the key facts or basic points which you need to know about these things. Okay. Now, why this term is in the news? Because mangrove forest recently declining. First thing. Next thing, the India and the Bangladesh. India and Bangladesh recently, you know about that Bangladesh Prime Minister visited India last month. Yes, I think you have definitely heard about this. In that bilateral meeting, there is no any there was no any discussion about the mangrove forest or Sundarban. Okay, so again, second concerns are the no unity between the India and the Bangladesh. No unity, no unity in terms of the Sundarban, in terms of mangrove forest, in terms of the Royal Bengal tiger, in terms of, we can say, the about the fisheries, about the we can say the aquaculture of the Sundarban. There were no any discussion. So that is a very great concern. But right now we have a concern about the mangrove forest. So right now we have a concern about this term. So yes, this is the basic context. But what about the advantage of the Sundarban? What about the challenges of the Sundarban? What about the way forward of the Sundarban? That is your mains portion. That is the basic dimension from this particular topic. Okay. So I will be first dealing with the significance portion. Okay, what are the significance of the Sundarban? So I just write in the second slide significance of the Sundarban. Okay. So first thing, that is a largest mangrove forest, that is a very great importance in the world. Largest mangrove forest in the world, that is a very great portions. Largest mangrove forest, okay, in the world, that is a very great importance. Okay, so first thing, next thing is the there are natural flora and fauna. Flora, fauna, that is animals. Fauna, that means the plants, vegetations. So yes, but there are very important species are there. That is the gangetic dolphin, and gangetic dolphin. I think UPSC, I think, has been asked from this type of terms. That is a gangetic dolphin are there. Okay. Again, we can say other species are the turtle, olive ridley turtle are there again. So these are the examples which we have seen in the Sundarban. Next thing, that is UNESCO sites. One thing maybe UPSC can confuse to you, that there are the portions, there are the region of Sundarban which is basically located in the both countries, that is India and Bangladesh. But in the India side, the UNESCO was declared the UNESCO sites in the 1987 in the India side. 1987 UNESCO declared this area, these portions UNESCO heritage, and the 1997 in the Bangladesh side. Yes, 1997, after 10 years. So maybe UPSC can ask from some tricky make some tricky questions from this portion, because yes, the UNESCO heritage, same UNESCO, same portions Sundarban, okay, but the portions which basically India share, who got the UNESCO World Heritage Site in the 1987, and Bangladesh same declared in the 1997. That is a very basic difference. Okay, in UNESCO. Okay, so this is the next significance. Again, 2019, Ramsar site was declared for these portions. The Ramsar wetland was declared in 2005. Okay, in 2019. So that is the significance of this particular Sundarban portions. Okay, but what are the challenges which is basically associated with this Sundarban? So the challenges, if we just want to talk about the challenges, what are the challenges? So the challenges, we have a numbers of challenges. We have a numbers of challenges. For example, we have a first thing, that is again climate change. Climate change is happening, and the sea level is rising. First issues, first challenges, and the first concern. Okay. The next is the cyclone. The frequency of the cyclones in the last couple of years is drastically increased. So we can say the cyclone frequency increased last couple of years. That is the next challenge or next concerns with respect to the Sundarban. Or the next is carbon sequestration. Again, this thing is the challenge. The salinity, or we can say the climate vulnerability. Again, this point, climate vulnerability. Again, this thing is challenge. Next is the suppose there is a climate change. Sundarban, there are some locals which is basically dependent on the Sundarban areas, because some women, some locals get employed from that particular areas. And yes, if the mangrove forest was declining, that basically leads to the poverty, not directly but indirectly. Okay, not directly but indirectly. Poverty, the poor infrastructure, and again there is not any cooperation between India and Bangladesh. That is again a very big concern. So we can say the integration not in between India and Pakistan. Okay, in short, I just try to make this thing as simple as possible. So this thing, and the next thing is the joint working group. Joint working group basically, which is made from the consensus of the India and Bangladesh, but right now this group is not working. So JWG, joint working group, is not working right now. Again, this is become a very good challenge. And what the wildlife, which is basically located in the Sundarban, again there are threats to the wildlife. So threats to wildlife, again this is the very big concern of Sundarban. So these are the some selected challenges. There are maybe other challenges, but there are some selected challenges which is basically associated with this particular Sundarban. Okay, last one I just want to make here: poor infrastructure. Poor infrastructure. Poor infrastructure, that is a next point. Okay, so this is all about the challenges portion. Okay, now move on the next, that is a what are the way forward, what will be the way forward. Okay, what will be the way forward? So in the way forward, I just want to make some point, that is yes, there is needs to some collaboration between the India and Bangladesh. Yes, there is a very great needs. So collaboration between India and Bangladesh, because both share the Sundarban in ratio of 40:60. Yes, that's why. Next is the engage the local peoples. Engage the local peoples. When you engage with the local peoples, definitely you will get a very new insights from the local side, because the concerns or the concerns of the locals which need to consider from the government side, because this is again very important, because if you just consider the local concerns, that makes the thing better in the future portion. So yes, there is a, again I just try to here engage yes, engage locals. Okay, that is the next point. Third point is the multi-sectoral approach to multi-engagement. Multi-sectoral approach to multi-engagement. Okay, that is the next point. Again, fourth point is the biodiversity mapping. Biodiversity mapping. Why this thing is important? if you just mapping out the wildlife, or we can say the biodiversity, yes, you have a proper data with respect to this those particular areas of Sundarban. And if you have proper data of that particular region, yes, definitely you can make your policy or make steps with respect to the Sundarban. Okay, so that is mapping is very very important. Next is the ecotourism. Ecotourism. What is ecotourism? Tourism, I think this word is not new for you, but ecotourism, that is means is when you promote the tourism and you don't compromise the atmosphere environment, or you don't compromise the climate change, or don't compromise the climate, or the or we can say the natural vegetations, or the we can say the flora and fauna. That means is ecotourism. Means if you you promote the tourism but without compromising the environmental concerns. Okay, so that is the ecotourism. Next is the nature based solution. Nature based solutions should be there. Nature based solutions should be there. And the next is the yes, India should step out some new you can say um, new ideas, that is that makes yes, and that makes a great impact in that particular areas or Sundarban area. And this basically lead, and this basically serve to or we can say serve to other nations and inspired to some other nations. Yes, India this time done a very great work with respect to the Sundarban, or with respect to the UNESCO heritage site, or with respect to the UNESCO uh, wetland. Okay, so nature based solution. And the next is the serve as a good example for others. That is a way forward. Okay, I think this is all about the topic Sundarban. Okay, so let's briefly go through the what I have just discussed in this particular session. So initially, first we have discussed the Lal Bahadur Shastri ethical values, and the next is the topic about the Sundarban, and what are the concerns, what are the contexts, what are the significance, what are the challenges, and what are the way forward. Okay, I think these topics is very much clear to all. And the next thing, this is the courses which is basically in the Hindi medium. Okay, not in English medium. So right now we have a great offers to you, which is basically who basically preparing for Hindi medium, in the Hindi medium. So right now we have a 70% off flat discounts in the various courses, and we have a AAGAZ batch, that is basically a foundation batch in the Hindi medium, optional batch in Hindi medium. Okay, mantra batch NCERT for the Hindi medium. Okay, and the optional combo batch, that is basically from the Hindi medium. Okay, combo means that means optional as well as the foundation batch. Okay, now those who still not download the Exampur application app, please go to the Play Store, download the Exampur application app, and just register yourself in the application, and you can access various features which is available in this application. And we have unlimited quiz practices, we have a free previous year question papers, previous year papers, short and question papers. All the scholarship tests are there. free PDFs, structure paid courses, and the job alerts. And apart from this, we have our daily, weekly, monthly current affairs, and we have a job alerts, admit card, exam date, and and apart from this, if you are facing some issues and doubt, and if you have some queries with respect to this one, you can just make a call with this number. Otherwise, if you uh, are not able to connect this number, then you have a second option, that is the WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp this particular number. Our team definitely as soon as possible will contact to you, and this is all about the things. I hope you really enjoyed this session, and I think 4 p.m. Again we will meet in the politics classes, and where we are dealing with a very important topic, that is fundamental rights. And today there is third part, okay, and in that particular session we will be discussing the article 13, 14, 15. That is very important, in very depth, okay, not in very just in running away, okay. So thank you so much. Again, after 2 to 5 minutes, again we will meet in the next season. Thank you so much.